Oh, it's taking a little bit of time. I think the network is a problem. Okay, all right. Just give me a... Yes, let's change the views as well. Ouch. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, so welcome everyone once again. And as we were just having this conversation about civilizations and the knowing, and how Egyptian civilization had so much understanding and so much knowledge about the energy and vibrations. And it is from that space that they were able to create whatever they created. It's not just technology, but it is also the mathematical calculations of each of those constructions that they did. You know, how did they get the calculations so right? What happened? And then all of those calculations also become available to us. All the math of it, the science of it becomes available to us when we are sitting in a higher frequency space. All the answers are already in the universe. We just become that frequency and the answers become available to us. How to become that frequency? Well, that's what this journey is all about. There is nothing that you have to do to become a frequency. I want to become a frequency. I want to become a higher frequency state so that something or the other that you are looking forward to receiving. No, that would be putting an outcome to something or the other. The only reason why we wish to be in a higher frequency state is because it feels good to us. That's it. And that is all that we have to do, that we have to just consider ourselves as the only one that is existing. There is nobody else who exists. You have to make nobody else happy. When you are happy, your universe will project that happiness back to you. That's all. But when we understand happiness or joy from an expanded state, it is different from, oh, when I'm being happy, am I being selfish? Well, that fear of being selfish. When I'm selfish, my mother scolds me. That is what happened. You wanted to get conditioned to that scolding. And so that is why that scolding happened. Now, when you are in a higher awareness state and you understand that the only one that has to be in a joy state is you. Nobody else around exists. It is you and your mirrors. Your mirrors keep coming back at you with stories. And then you get stuck in stories. You constantly look outside towards the stories. When you're looking at the stories, you'll have 40 people to look after, 35 people to make feel happy, 20 other people whose opinions you have to consider, and all of that stuff. But when you are looking within and just simply looking at your emotions, looking at what am I feeling, and making empty space over there, just creating empty space over there, that is when you are in the highest frequencies. That empty space is the highest frequency. That empty space belongs to that of an observer who's able to look at drama, but still manage to understand that this too is drama. And so again, we come to the topic of today, which is just yet another drama. And the drama today, people sent us a few requests, and one of the requests was, what do I do when I am feeling disposable, and when I'm feeling that, okay, I can just be, let go of, I have no worth in anyone's life. At least that is what I understood of the topic, that, nobody really, even if I die tomorrow, nobody really cares. Nobody will really miss me. Well, actually, that's the truth. And that nobody might be one person or two persons or something, but it's the truth for all of us, that when we go, we go. That's it. We are finished. Why does it matter to you whether you are gone and then, oh my God, nobody's going to miss me when I'm gone? Why are you feeling that right now while you are still here? But whys only have one answer. The answer to every why is, it must be the frequency. That frequency that you are sitting in is creating these thoughts in you that, yeah, you do not have value. You are pretty disposable. Nobody really, there's a dozen like you. And that situation could be at work where, you are one in 500 similar doing jobs. Many IT people feel like that, okay, my job can be done by anybody. And yes, that's okay. It is true that your job can be done by anybody. You could be a homemaker, and then you might feel that same thing that, oh, I have no value and my kids don't value me, and tomorrow I could be gone and nobody would miss me for a minute. Here it is. Why do you want to be missed by people? Why? You're already gone. Does it even matter whether somebody misses you or doesn't miss you? But no, as you are sitting in these thoughts, the thoughts are coming from a place of, well, self-pity. Self-pity. Oh, nobody cares for me. I'm so disposable. I have no value in people's eyes. I am this, I am that. Well, when self-pity is there, and self-pity is an amazing game to play, because many people, when they sit in self-pity, it feels so good. It feels so warm. It feels so good to receive sympathy. You say it to 5 people, oh, nobody cares for me or something. And 5 people will come back and say, no, we really care for you. We do. And what will happen? For those 2 minutes, you might feel better, or even for those 2 minutes, you might not feel better, because it's all about you wanting to sit in self-pity. Why would you want to do that? Because our mind plays this game of thinking that the self-pity equates to self-love. When 5 people tell to us that, no, you have worth, you have value, then you are receiving love from them. But that now that you understand the energies, you do know that that's not true. When somebody else gives you love or somebody else doesn't give you love, it's only pointing you towards one area, which is how much love have you given to yourself? How much love? And if you haven't given love to yourself, if you are not feeling the most awesomest, that even if I go, I also understand that when I go, nobody will miss me. But I also understand that why will you all not miss me? Because I'm going nowhere. I'm energy. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be sitting on your heads and doing danda. Even when I'm gone, I'll be coming and saying, मेरी आवाज तुमको सुनाई देती रहेगी कि हाँ, ये कर रहे हो कि नहीं, ये काम हो रहा है कि नहीं, are you looking within or not? So I will keep doing the danda. So this thought that nobody will be thinking of me, nobody will be caring for me, that is because nobody cares for me right now. This thought doesn't occur because we sit in self-love. But when we do not sit in self-love, when we are looking constantly from validations, for validations from outside, that somebody needs to validate my very existence. Why does somebody need to validate? And then you'll call your parents, you'll call your friends, you'll call something, trying for a validation from them that yes, you indeed do have value. But so what if outside will even validate you that yes, you have a lot of value? Will you stick to that thought? How many times does it happen that when somebody pays a compliment and we just say, oh, they're just lying, they don't really mean it. They're just saying this to be nice to me. They don't mean that compliment. So even when somebody gives us a compliment, we can't accept it with a thank you. We can't accept it that, yes, they are giving me this compliment. They are showing me this love because they don't exist. It's me showing love to myself. No, even in that moment, we will look at them and say, they really don't mean it. They just said so. So I would feel nice. We do it all the time. Many of us do it all the time. I'm most happy to take compliments and say, yeah, I'm totally the most awesome. But again, when we are not sitting in awareness, then this will happen, that even a compliment doesn't go down well with us because we are not holding that love for ourselves. And so again, coming to the same point that no matter what somebody says to us, we will only receive as per our frequency. We will only receive if we are sitting in self-hate or self-pity or self-loathe, whatever those different degrees might be, the extent to which we don't like ourselves, then it is only that we yet have to give even more love to ourselves. We have to give love to ourselves without judgment and seeking zero validation. There is nobody else outside. From a mirror, what validation would you receive? It would be the same as your energy. And so validation outside can only stay with you for 2 minutes. If somebody says something and you don't even receive it, it's all about receiving, right? I can give you everything. I can give you so much. But if you are only holding a pot that is this big, then you will only receive that big, right? You can not receive more than the pot that you open. And that is why we keep talking about make yourself limitless. These are limits that we place on ourselves. And as we place these limits on ourselves, we are not just saying, no to opening up to the universe. We are also saying no to receiving. And so be open to receive. When somebody is, when you are receiving a compliment, it pretty much boils down to the same thing. This whole topic is all about validation from outside. So even when a validation comes from outside, don't dig into it. Don't dig into it. Just take it for the surface value that it holds. Oh, you are looking so pretty. Okay, feel that prettiness and say thank you. That's all. Oh, wow, you're looking so good today. What have you done to your hair? Oh, no, you just always say these kind of things to make me feel good or something. No, this is nothing. No, really, I didn't do anything. All of those things of putting yourself down, you do have a choice to not put yourself down. And that's simply a choice. That when you are looking at your own self and somebody tells you you are awesome, you simply accept that you indeed are. And then these kind of thoughts would say, I'm feeling pretty worthless. I'm not seeing value in my existence itself. There is no value in anybody's existence. There really is none. There is a purpose that we start to serve, and that is the common purpose for everybody on earth. We are out here to create emotions, any emotion, every emotion, and that truly serves the purpose for the universe. That's our purpose. If in this moment I'm sitting and creating sadness, then sadness is the purpose for this moment. It's not about, oh, I'm feeling sad because of this. There will be tools, 1,000 of them. There will be stories, 10,000s of them. But it's not about the story. It's not about the tool. It is about your purpose. And in that moment, your purpose is simply to create sadness for yourself. As you create sadness for yourself, what is it that you are doing? You are transmitting that sadness into the air. And then anybody around who wishes to tune into that sadness and grow that sadness even more will do so. You yourself will grow the sadness even more, and the universe will experience a higher frequency of sadness. The universe will experience a higher frequency of sadness. It's a higher frequency. Beautiful that no matter, even when we are unaware and creating some experiences, some emotions, we are constantly serving a purpose. And that is indeed our life purpose. There is nothing more to be done. And so if you are feeling pretty disposable because you think that you don't have a specific life purpose, your life is not of any value because you haven't become a CEO of a company or something, they are serving the exact same purpose. They come to work every day, and through the day, they will create their emotions like that. Does a CEO job position matter? No, it doesn't. They're going to be creating the same emotions as a homemaker creates, and both of them will be serving their purpose in the universe. Remembering that the body is actually the experiencer. You can hold any position for the body. It's immaterial. That position is only till the time the body is in that position. You tomorrow move, or you have to leave that position, or you drop that position, or some such thing like that. And that story is over. But what you have created for yourself in all of those years of being in that role, you are going to carry forward. And that is exactly what the purpose that you're holding is. So if you are feeling useless, understand that you are serving, even as you feel useless, even as you create these frequencies of self-hate, you are actually serving the purpose. You're serving the purpose of increasing the frequency of that emotion. The aware choices don't, they don't kill away the frequencies. They just simply make it possible for us to not be playing in so many of them and to be able to choose whatever frequency we wish to play in. And so when we become aware, it's not that we stop creating a purpose or we're not living for a purpose anymore, but we move to the frequencies of the heart. As the frequencies of the heart then slowly begin to grow through us, the purpose remains the same. We are still only creating frequencies, higher frequencies. But this time, what are we creating the higher frequencies of? We are creating higher frequencies of joy, of love, of surrender, of faith. These are all the higher frequencies that we can play in. Yet, while you're playing in those frequencies most of the times, would there be a possibility that someday you will just simply wake up and feel completely worthless? Yes, of course. If you've tuned into the frequency, into the frequency of sadness or hurt or feeling this lack of self-love, then in that frequency, those thoughts will come. As those thoughts come, what should you do? I normally always find you shift your frequencies and everything is gung-ho. After a few days in these beautiful frequencies of the heart, suddenly one day you wake up and you are there and you're like, why have I come back? Oh God, I did so much releases. Why do I have to go through it again? I have to spend my entire life just releasing and releasing. It is not so. To be understanding that the television can play, it will play on some channel or another on its own. You just simply put on the television. Even as you're looking around for the channel that you like, you will flip through a few channels and the TV will just show them for a few minutes. Why do you want to station yourself as that being your true self? Your true self is the joyous one. But most of us, every time that we fall into some kind of a, sadness or whatever, and then we say, no, this is our true self. That was just a blip. That was just a blip of a high. But now I have come to my true self. My true self is the sorry state for me. And that is where I am going to be stationed. It's a choice for you. You can station yourself here or you can station yourself there. Be aware. It's just a game of a frequency. If you've tuned into the frequencies of lack of self-love, you can tune back into the frequencies of self-love. The mantra is simple. The reminder is simple. I am awesome. That's the only reminder that you need to give to yourself at all times. Without judgment, I am awesome. What will happen? Even as you start to judge yourself lower, or rather, not lower and lower, but even as your judgments for yourself lower, as your judgments for yourself lower, the judgments for outside will also begin to lower. The very fact that you are sitting in so many judgments of this one is like this and this one is like that, blah, 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 simply points that you are still holding so many judgments for yourself. And the love that you give to yourself is purely conditional. It is not unconditional. Yeah, okay, I can't give myself unconditional love. So be it. What can I do? This is who I am. I have to give myself, I'll judge myself, cannot change myself. Okay, then simply just understand that whatever frequency you are at will keep coming back to you. If you are looking for a life filled with ease and grace doesn't belong to a life which is filled with judgments. It's just that simple. The judgments will give you all kinds of events outside, which will reflect your own judgments back at you. How? Through other people. The other people will judge you more. You will be judging them more. They will judge you more. And that is how. And then you think that walking away from that situation, walking away from that person is going to give you respite. You can walk away from as many people as you want. However, when you are going to be judging, it's not about the other. It is all the judgments that you hold for yourself. That person is so bad. That person is such a evil fellow. And you are saying that I shouldn't judge him. Well, again, as I say, if you wish to live a life filled with peace, you'll probably not want to judge him. You can judge him for all the evilness that he holds. Will it make a difference to him? As you keep judging him, will his life get more difficult? No. Whose life is going to get more difficult and filled with such more people coming and resonating at their frequencies? Well, it's your frequency of judgment. They are the ones who have to come and show to you that this is all the stuff that you are holding. So again and again, people come to me and say, oh, I just can't stop judging because, how can I stop judging? They are so bad. I mean, I have to judge them because they are so bad. Okay, keep judging. Those kinds of them will keep coming into your life. That's all it is. It's your vibration that's attracting them into your life. It's your vibration that's attracting those kinds of roles in your life. I've said this many times, but today I'm almost taking the threatening pose, saying, you know what? Yeah, this is what you enjoy, judging others. That's absolutely great. You feel all this anger boiling within you when somebody comes and shows you their evil part. And they might not even be doing that to you. They might be doing it to somebody else. But no, you will take this righteous road. And from that righteous road, oh my God, that person is just so evil. And you will judge them. Does it matter to him? Does it matter to them that you judge them? They don't care. They don't care. But does it matter to your frequencies that you simply just increased your frequencies of self-hate? This is self-hate. Nobody else exists. You just judge them. You judge yourself a little bit more. You sit in self-hate a little bit more. What will the outside world show you? If you really do enjoy sitting in self-hate, I would say absolutely. Please go ahead, stay there. Don't even move. You will get your heart's worth of self-hate. You will get it from outside. You will get it from everywhere. As much as you judge others, the number of those judging you will simply keep increasing. Enjoy that peace. How can I enjoy when other people are judging me? They said this and he said this and she said that. Oh, well, again and again, the only place that we can go back to where the solution lies is within. If you are going to stay in this judgment space and you're going to judge yourself so badly, then whatever it is that you are judging yourself for is going to keep playing out some more and more. If you're going to judge yourself as worthless, outside will keep showing you exactly that. If you're going to judge yourself as so worthful, the outside will keep showing you that you are so worthful. That's not even a word, but let's stick to that. Worthless and worthful. So it totally makes sense to us. So if you think that you are, and it's all about your thought, whatever you think about yourself, and of course, whatever it is that you're thinking about others, both of them converge because there are no others. So many times people will just come to me again and again and again. And I think I'm getting this kind of because for the last 3 days, in all separate messages, people have these groups that I belong to, but they don't just write in those groups. They'll be writing to me separately. Like, oh, I'm doing this again. Great that you're doing this again. What do you want me to say? No, I've done this, I've done that. But now, again and again, I'm sitting in this place of so much anger. I'm sitting in this place of so much, lack of self-worth. Okay, then I have the same answers each time. Remind yourself, I am awesome. No, I'm doing that all the time, but it's not shifting. Well, it's not shifting because the finger is outside. The finger is outside, meaning what? That in your universe, somebody outside is getting all the credit, all the blame for making your life miserable. Oh, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling sad, I am feeling hurt, I am feeling blah, blah, blah. Because, outside events are just not getting any better. Outside events, even if they become better for a little bit, the minute you put the finger outside and start to find blame games. I have a entire webinar on blame games, I think. But the minute you do that, and venting feels so amazing. You can sit and vent for days. You can sit and vent for hours, and with a number of people, you can keep venting and it'll feel great. Except that it doesn't give you a solution, because everything that you are venting about is only going to keep happening for you. It will not change just because you vented to 5 people and now you vented to 28 people. If you're going to continue doing the same thing, the experience is only going to grow. You're putting your focus, so much of your focus, on that experience. It has no choice but to grow. And so what is it that I remind people? Be in gratitude. Oh, I cannot be grateful for this that has happened to me, or this that has happened to my sister, mother, brother, whoever the story maker might be. I cannot be grateful for this. If you cannot be grateful for this, then there is only one thing that's happening. Finger is outside. Otherwise, immediately, as you see something outside, and the first reaction might be you flinch and you hurt and you're sad. But the second quick reaction, if you are aware, if you are looking within, the second quick reaction would be, oh my, what frequency of mine just played out there? What frequency of mine played out there? And so that I can make a shift of that frequency. I can make a shift of that frequency. That's all that it is. We are not correcting that frequency. There is nothing to correct. Everything is just a frequency. When we look at correcting an outside situation, when we look at correcting a person, when we are looking at making changes, the frequency is also of lack, because whatever is happening is not good, is not enough. So if it has put you into lack, if it is lack of self-love, then definitely take a look within. It's all about just shifting the frequency. No frequency needs correction. A sadness frequency is just a sad frequency. It's just a frequency. It's a channel. And that's the channel you suddenly put on. Why do you station yourself over there to say, oh, I am this person. Oh my God, I'm again so sad. You're not again so sad. You just simply moved into the sadness frequency right now. You can change it. That's all that you have to do. You can change it. The best way to change it, firstly, bring the finger back within. Here, that person didn't create it. Your frequency created it. And thank you to that person for showing everything that needs to be worked on. It's just that simple, or at least I just find it so simple that all that you have to do is put the finger back within. And the minute you do that, it has got to be that you will recognize it's just a play of frequencies. But why is it that you don't recognize it? Because it is too much fun sitting in self-pity. I think this has been a concept, or this has been a line that have been repeating for the past few times. And it seems that many of us confuse self-love with self-pity. And so just simply making this demarcation. When we sit in self-pity, the outside world has all the power. When I sit in self-love, I have all the power. What is the power? The power is simply the power to shift the frequency. If the finger is outside and the world is making me feel bad, I will feel helpless, I will feel sad, hurt, dejected, rejected, everything. However, if I say, no, this is somebody else's responsibility to make me experience my worth, then we are simply just wallowing and creating more of that self-pity. The minute the finger moves back in, oh, I just tuned into this pity frequency today, it seems like. Okay, I tuned into this, I've experienced it. I think I've experienced it. Can I shift my frequency now? Yes, you can. Please stay with the Meenal frequency meditation. Do it 100 times. Meenal frequency will give you that shift. Even if you are not able to listen to it, I tell you 100 times, it is okay to just simply keep it on in the environment that you are in, and it will bring you better thoughts. It will give you more joyous thoughts at least every once in a while that joyous thought comes, you can shift your thoughts. Anybody else has a question? Sabko डांट पड़ चुकी है आज. The ones who are sitting in this topic of, oh, I feel so worthless, because that is what will happen when you are sitting in lack of self-love. And the only answer to this is, stop judging yourself, stop judging your life, stop judging what you need to be, what you should be, what you should have accomplished by now, because the real true accomplishments, as I said, are already happening just even as you breathe. Every frequency that you are creating, that is the only accomplishment that we were born for. Every other goal is for time pass. I'm a good mother, bad mother, good wife, bad wife. These are all to give you frequencies of love, hate, joy, anger, frustration, disappointment, etc., etc. And the universe is so happy with you because you've created all of these frequencies in a higher space and taken them even higher and even higher. Collectively, we're increasing the fear frequencies of the universe. Collectively, we're increasing the anger frequencies of the universe. And you will find everywhere you look around, you will find that, yes, indeed, there is more anger, there is more fear, there is also more love, there is also more faith, because we are increasing the frequencies of everything as we go along. Hi, Sindhu, you raised your hand. Let's hear from you.
Hi, Ma. Thank you for the wonderful session, Ma. One question I have is that you spoke about that the purpose of all of us is to experience the emotion in the lifetime.
Yes.
I just wanted to, maybe more understanding around that, because what I have been taught or, told about is that the purpose is to do something worthwhile in this lifetime. For example, Ratan Tata, the purpose of Ratan Tata, before he was born, is to, grow Tata Sons, for example. So isn't that a purpose of life also?
And what if he didn't grow it? What if he didn't? There are so many people who are meant to grow businesses, okay, and they fail to grow those businesses. What then?
Yeah.
What then? So their life is purposeless. Yeah. If anybody, so let us say I was born and I was an investment banker. Okay. My purpose was to do millions of dollars worth of transactions, right? And now obviously I'm not doing my purpose. So I'm a failure. I'm a failure now, right? Because I'm not meeting my purpose. I had 2 MBAs. So definitely that must be my purpose, right? Because for that reason, I got 2 MBAs so that I could be a financial consultant and I could be a senior partner in a firm to grow the business of that company. So even if I'm not a Tata and the company doesn't have my name, but I can also be growing somebody else's business, and that could be my purpose, right? That would be my purpose. That is what I was born for. Then I would be a total failure, right? No, I'm just making a joke out of it. But so you do think that I'm a failure, right? You totally agree with that sentence, right?
No, not really, Ma. For example, right now your purpose is share.
But how do you know that it's my purpose? How do I know it's my purpose? How do you know that something is your purpose? I thought banking was my purpose. When I left banking, many people said, what, you're crazy or what? Why are you leaving banking? This is where you were supposed to dig your grave at. So obviously that must have been my purpose. So here's the thing. So every time that purpose is for the body. Yeah. Tata Sons became a Tata body, right? And now the minute that the body leaves, that purpose is over, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But that is the purpose of the body. But we have a much greater purpose. The energy field that we are is the 99% of us.
Yes.
The 1% body that we are has to come over here and do something and come to a place of understanding that we are not just the body and we are the energy. So Tata Sons was already Shiva when he was born. Okay. Now, beyond Shiva, I don't understand how anybody can, if anybody is already the creator of everything, then I don't understand how any small purpose, like, so let us say I'm the Tata Sons Tata, and my job, I'm already the CEO of Tata Sons. And now I say, okay, my purpose is to become the clerical staff of the company. My purpose is to become the clerical staff of the company. Would that be the purpose? No, because you're already, so the minute you come from a place of body only, then you will be, if you're only looking at yourself as the body, then yes, you will only be looking at the limited purpose that a body has. So your purpose is to give birth to 2 children and to make sure that they are alive and, eating and all of that stuff. And along with that, your purpose is also that you work, in some place or whatever. That is looking at the body and looking at your purpose. But when we experience from the energy space, this answer that I give to you about purposefulness, purposelessness, I didn't make up the answer, but as you know, that everything is received by me in guidance. And so and I was always about, but what is my purpose in life? So the first thing that happened to me, when I was sitting and I started to receive these answers, the sentence only came as this. The sentence came as the purpose of my life is to heal myself and to heal others. Now, when I was sitting as a banker and I looked at this line that I had just written, it totally gave me this, feeling of, wow, I have a greater purpose. I have to heal myself, but mostly I have to heal others, right? That's what you feel good about. That, yeah, oh, I have a greater purpose. I'm meant to be the healer for the world. And that line was necessary for me. It was necessary for me to feel good about what I was going to do, which is when the lines came and said, okay, release your job. This is not your purpose. And then I was able to take that step, right? But now that I've moved 8 years forward from there, and when somewhere in the middle, I asked for what is the true purpose. But now I had begun to understand energies a lot more. And the purpose is just to simply breathe. Because in that breathing itself, the purpose for the universe is already being met. How so? Just in the breathing? Because our thoughts are already running to 200 different places. And for the universe is energy. Energy is dynamic. The energy is constantly shifting. Who is shifting it? This collective is shifting it. So we are actually meeting the purpose even when we are 1 year old and we are hungry and we are crying. We are already creating that higher frequency of, hunger. And the hunger comes from lack. So we are crying because we are hungry. Everybody is adding to that lack frequency whenever they are sitting in lack. And together as a cumulative, the entire frequency of the earth is shifting. So that is the greater purpose, because that is the energy purpose. The body purpose, you can, I can say anything, but I can define myself as anything. My purpose is now to heal nobody. That's my purpose. It's to heal nobody, because when I look back at that sentence now, I don't need to feel important anymore. I have no need for self-validation. Otherwise, for a banker who was making 1 crore, per annum, also the one who was, speaking at world conferences, this, that, and the other, if the line just came that, okay, you have to leave your job because you have to heal yourself, I wouldn't even think, like, are you crazy or what? I don't need healing. Why do I need healing? I'm okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't need healing. So in that moment, I was pushed with that one line. Oh, you have to heal yourself and you have to heal others. Oh, so much of, the others are there and they all need my help. My heart suddenly felt, oh, wow, I really do have value. I am here for a bigger purpose. But now that I understand that there is nobody else but me, I healed myself. That's it. That was the healing, that there is nobody else, because that is where all the answers of the universe open up for you. That place of knowing that nobody else exists. I am the creator. I am Shiva. I don't have to be a CEO, because CEO is like the clerical job. I was already born Shiva. I don't need to be anything because I was already born the height. I was born in a CEO position. I sat in that CEO position space. And now I'm like 1 day old. I'm already the CEO. What am I going to achieve? So the place where all of the answers begin to come to you is only when you're sitting in the energy space. And then in the body, now do I understand that everything is just time pass. So whatever gives you joy, I mean, sometimes I will be picking up some painting. Sometimes I pick up, some other hobby. I love to travel. Am I traveling for a purpose? I do understand that right now I'm being called for a purpose, but did I create that purpose? I'm traveling tonight, for example, I'm traveling and I'm going to Egypt. I'm going to have a great time. I'm not like, okay, I have to go and I have to receive energy from some place or something. That's not even my purpose, because I know that the universe has created that purpose for me. The universe will give me what I'm going for. The universe will do it for me because it has pulled me to this place. This program has come about. It wasn't on my list of, it was, but then I had lost track of this or whatever. But now I'm ready. And though I'm going for chutti, that's my purpose. However, the universe has a different purpose for me, but that the universe is already creating for me. So, and the universe's purpose is not that I will heal 28 more people. There are no people to heal. The universe's purpose is only that, okay, I will get to experience higher frequencies. I will get to experience higher frequencies. I will become the transmitter of those higher frequencies. As I'm transmitting, all of you are tuned in. You will receive those higher frequencies. What will happen? The Earth's frequencies will increase a little bit more. And that's the only purpose. So my self-worth, I don't even pin on something outside, that somebody has to make me feel that I am indispensable, because I totally understand that I'm totally dispensable. Because who is I that is dispensable? I is this body that is totally dispensable. As far as energy goes, energy doesn't need to hold a value. Everything is just is. Everything in the energy space just is. The experiences that are being created for myself right now are only because I will enjoy them in the body. And the universe is like, okay, you emptied yourself, now you're able to receive a little bit more. And so go ahead and do it. What will it create for me? Only joy. Will I become an important position holder someplace now that I understand, what the energies of Egypt are all about? No. It is simply going to create more masti, more masti. Masti is my true purpose. Yeah. And masti is our true purpose when we come into that state of knowing that we were already born the creator. There's nothing to achieve. Whatever we achieve, okay, time pass. And when we come with this place of, acha, it's time pass, it comes to us easier. It just comes to, whatever you think, it just comes to you easier. But it's because you don't really hold value on it. It's just for time pass, it's just for masti. Okay, you're going to enjoy this a little bit more. But that's it. No outside event can create joy for you if the joy is not within. And so that is why when you're saying, okay, if I'm feeling like I don't have value, well, that is what the topic we began with. If you are feeling that you don't have any value, it's just a frequency. Change it. It's just a frequency where you are sitting in love, or rather lack of love. And so change it. Come to abundance of love. Abundance is a frequency as much as lack is. Both of them are totally okay with the universe. The universe doesn't judge what frequencies you are growing. The universe is just happy to take whatever higher frequencies you are getting yourself into. The universe is going to say, oh, you've grown lack some more. Bravo. Well done. Who is the one that's judging? Who's the one who wants to have different experiences? That's the one in the body. And so as you want to have different experiences, is that even a choice? Of course, it's a choice. However, that choice is only available to us when we begin to look at ourselves not as just the body. When we look at ourselves as a bundle of energy, different frequencies, then we can choose from that bundle. We have like so many bundles being offered by the cable operator. And we can just choose any of those programs or whatever. But we can only do that when we recognize that we are just a bundle of these frequencies. We can sit and choose to grow any frequency. That's why I constantly choose, no matter where I am, even if things are not going my way, even if I have to force myself to, I put my focus on where I can give gratitude to things, because gratitude puts me in a little bit of masti. Complaint doesn't. And I realized that, okay, I have a choice. I can grow the frequency of masti, even if it is not seeming like everything is going my way, but I can still in this place also yet choose masti. And so I do. And then what happens? Because I'm putting my focus on masti, I'm putting my focus on gratitude. For how long will that experience play out? I've already looked at it. I've seen whatever it is here to give to me in terms of the experience itself. I look at it. I ask in guidance what those experiences are meant for, but I make sure that after 2 days, I'm back into my masti, back into my guidance space. So and through that, I'm fulfilling my purpose. But my purpose is to only keep myself in masti. Yeah. But here it is, anything for the outside, but inside, you are just energy. You are already Shiva. And yes, somebody wrote over here, there is already a full webinar on purposefulness or purpose or something. So you can even go and take a look at that. But this is already another webinar on purposelessness, because that's what the person said. The topic itself, we've already covered the topic, but then you're like, oh, this topic hasn't been covered. I'm feeling totally purposeless. I'm feeling totally useless in life. And it's the same topic, which has already been covered. But okay, let's do this topic again. And let's talk about the same topic again with another frequency. Okay. So now Darshan wants to say something. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes. Hi, Darshan.
Yeah. So my question is from the child's perspective. Children, when they grow up, they always are indispensable. They look out for validation of out. So sometimes I feel like how we grow up individually. So children are very much dependent on the validation from their parents.
Oh, you
outside.
mean the children? Oh, you mean the children that are 1 crore and 2 years old? The children that are 1 crore and 2 years old? 1 crore and 2 years old? The children are not children. They come with their energy field, because you're in that role that you deal with children so often that you get caught up in the role. Because I always remind people that you think of children as somebody who needs to be protected, groomed, grown, given values to whatever. And I can burst that bubble, because that energy field that they hold is what is going to create their life. That energy, no matter how many values you want to give, and you only want to impart the good values and never the bad values, but you might have 4 children and 2 will do something and 2 will do something else. Okay. But why? Because they are not children. They come with their own energy field. They are in your area to create emotions for you. And they are going through their own emotions. This is a story of emotions. So when you look at those children who are looking for validation, or when you even look at yourself, that when you were a child, you were constantly looking for validation. Well, what does it tell you about the energy field that you are holding? It simply says that when you are looking so much for validation outside, then self-love is missing. So what will we do for self-love? Oh, it's a very simple, sweet answer. I am awesome, because I was already born Shiva. But in that space, when I was 2 years old, when I was 1 crore and 2 years old, then I was holding the energy field of lack. So I was the Shiva of lack. You're the Shiva, you're the creator, but you're the creator of lack. So for the lack to show up, that you hold the lack, what will happen? It will play outside. And then the parents will give more attention to somebody else. You're the fourth kid, you'll never be, looked at or something, or you're the middle kid, nobody will pay attention to you. But that is a creation of whom? That entire story is a creation. Why weren't you born the first kid? Because otherwise, if you were born the first kid, all the focus would have been on you. Ask me. Oh God. So if you're the first kid, you'll have different kind of experiences. If you are the middle kid, you'll have different kind of experiences. Your energy has chosen very beautifully as to what you should be the kid for. Okay. Because you are not the kid, you have an energy field, and that energy field is already showing you through events outside. But you know what? You are unaware. And why are you unaware? Because you came for those experiences of external validations. You came to grow that lack. You came not to, not to like quickly rush up everything, but you actually came to first experience that and then experience the opposite of that. So that you must have experienced the opposite of that either started some time ago, or at least if you come into this particular workshop, then the opposite has definitely started. Because this is where you come to the place and you say, oh, I am the Shiva. I am the creator. It is my energy that has created my entire life. I can sit in that space. So that's how it goes. Yeah. So children are not seeking validation. Children are 1 crore and 2 years old. They are experiencing the frequencies that we are experiencing. Yeah, that's why I said somewhere in the middle that, even as a child who's just breathing and who's just hungry and crying, that for the universe is the same thing. We are creating more energies of lack, and the universe is very happy. We are serving our purpose even when we are 1 day old. We are serving our purpose. That is the purpose the energy brought us here for.
Sure, thank you.
So Ruchi writes me, if a role gives me a lot of happiness and it is meant to be one of my primary roles for this lifetime, it will come about effortlessly, right? I don't even understand the question. That means living in surrender. If a role gives me, a role is a role. It's meant to be one of my primary roles for this lifetime. It will come about effortlessly only if you are in that frequency. Only if you, otherwise, if you are in frequencies of struggle and programs of struggle, then nothing will come about effortlessly, right? Because it's all about your frequency. It's not about the role. A role can come and go effortlessly, uneffortlessly. The role can change any moment. But if you're going to pin yourself on, oh, this is my primary role and this is what means to give me, this is what is meant to give me happiness. No, the happiness is actually within you, not outside in that role. You got the equation upside down. The happiness is first a frequency. It's just a frequency that you can tune into. And when you tune into any frequency, then that is the play that will happen outside through any role that you have. My role is meant to give me happiness. My role should happen effortlessly. Or you forget the word role means it's just a role. It's not about you. It's a role in one movie. You have about 28 movies running. No, but this is the main movie that I'm a part of. It doesn't matter what you're a part of. It is your frequency. It is your energy frequency that dictates what script is being written. No matter what role you have, you're the hero in every movie of yours, but it doesn't matter because the script is not being written by you saying, oh, this is my primary role. It should give me a lot of happiness. Now that is simply just a want and a desire that your primary role should give you a happiness. We have many webinars on wants and desires. You can go take a look at one of them when you're looking at, oh, a role should give me happiness. So when you're looking for happiness from a role, the equation is lopsided, or is completely upside down, because the happiness is simply a frequency which is within. That's it. You can tune into it anytime, irrespective of whether you're playing that role or not playing that role. But yes, if you're managing to tune into the frequency of happiness, if you're managing to tune into the frequency of joy, then many other things, maybe even including that primary role that you so say, that primary role might give you happiness. But whether it's a primary role or a secondary role or a tertiary role, happiness is going to be your place if you are tuned into the frequency of happiness. If you are not tuned into the frequency of happiness, every role will simply be whatever frequency you are tuned into. So the equation works from the frequency and not from any role at all. Validation and urge to talk to someone are the same thing? No, they're not the same thing. You could have an urge to talk to someone just because you feel that they want to give you something, you want to give them something. And validation is specifically asking for, asking for appreciation in some form of another. And this whole, even asking for validation on, is my existence worthwhile, comes from that place. It comes from that place that you are looking for an outside value. Your life has to have some value, and your life is being measured on some scales, and then you feel, oh, yours is pretty worthless, somebody else is worth 400 rupees, or whatever, and you feel that yours is not worth anything. When you are seeking value from outside, and again, that brings us back to the roles, when you are seeking value from a role, it will constantly, you are seeking it, you are not happy within, you are seeking happiness from outside. You are not able to recognize your own Shivatva, the creator that you are, and you are seeking validation from outside, saying, oh, am I a good CEO? Am I a good janitor? Am I a good writer? Am I a good teacher? That would be seeking validation. If you have an urge to talk to someone at any point in time, look into where the urge is coming from. That could come from 1,000 places. If I feel that, oh my God, something is really going wrong with that person and I must speak to them because I can put it right. That urge to talk to someone, that urge to change somebody's life would come from fear, from not recognizing that they are Shiva too. It could come from so many different places. So the urge to talk to someone, anyone, you will have to take a look at your emotions underneath as to why you are looking to talk to someone. Okay, all right. And everybody says, good session, lots of learnings. You know what? I really teach nothing new. Matlab ye baatein na, like every time, same thing, same story. But I do understand that is just a revision that everybody needs for the same thing. And here it is. This one is actually literally coming all the way up to here for me to say, bring the finger back within. Bring the bloody finger back here. Otherwise, it's just going to be repeat patterns, the same emotion. And when the same emotion happens, you'll go back into the same rut. The same rut of, oh, this is me only, oh, I will not change and I cannot change and I can't do this and I can't do that. And this is so frustrating and this is so disappointing because the finger is outside. Bring the finger back within, for God's sake. And that is the only time that you will find that your peace will stay for longer. Your peace will stay for. Bring the finger back within and remind yourself, this is only a frequency. This frequency I'm not married to. The frequency is not married to me. I can change the frequency anytime. I can play in multiple frequencies. This is only a frequency and I can shift it. And from that place, things will happen. Okay, everyone. This is it for now. I think we went into a long place. Okay, There's no meditation coming for me to do today. Anybody wants to ask some questions or say some stories or get into more stories or get more dart? Anybody else at all? No? All right. So beautiful. Thank you so much, people. Lots and lots of love and
Thank
wonderful.
you, Venus.
Thank you so much for speaking.
Seeing you gets me into that beautiful smile and so much of joy and abundance. So it is a shift, instant shift, instant coffee, yes. So thank you
So
so much.
beautiful. Thank you so much. And even though, and here's the most beautiful part, right? I tell people, don't look for validation. And this is how beautiful it is, that I don't look for validation. I sit in joy. And then so many people bring me the validation that indeed I am worth it. So when there is something called, there's a slogan for some company which says, I'm worth it, but it's not about you in the body being worth it by doing something. You are always worth it because you are Shiva. You already are. So
totally resonate with it. Totally resonate with it.
So amazing, so amazing, so beautiful. All right, everybody. Lots and lots of love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Love
Bye,
you, Ma.
everyone. Lots of love. I will see you now.
Have a great trip, Ma.
Thank you. I will see you now I think I'll be back on the 29th. So whatever is the Saturday after the 29th of November. I will see you then. Lots and lots of love. Bina daant ke, oh, there's somebody asking a question. Can you please answer? Whenever I get into a red emotion, my first feeling is to reject the emotion, how to work on allow. I already said that. Actually, these were my last signing off lines which said, it's just a frequency. It's just a frequency. That was a loud laughter, Dimali. So anyway, so Seema asked that question. So we just say, it's just a frequency. I also remind people, I also tell people what I do. What I do is I start to talk to that frequency. If I'm getting into sadness, I'll say, Achha, okay, oh, I have to be sad today, is it? Okay, let's bring it on. Let's talk to the sadness. What else can I be sad about? What else can I be unhappy about? Let's think of all the things that are going so wrong in my life. And then when I start to make fun of my own sadness, it actually just reminds me that sadness is just a frequency. I can shift it, I can sit in it. And that helps me allow that frequency. So if you keep rejecting the emotion, if you're running away from it, it'll just keep becoming heavier and heavier on you. It won't go away anywhere. First step itself is allowance. It won't go away anywhere. So have a conversation. It's just a frequency. Okay, we are going to watch these programs, is it, today? Okay, fine. Let's watch these programs. What is the worst that can happen by just me watching sad programs for a day? I'll cry my heart out. Okay, fine. I'll resonate at that frequency. Okay, fine. But tomorrow I can watch another channel. It's only a choice. I have so many channels I'm subscribed to. So this is a game. The minute you take it so seriously upon yourself to be the change, to make the change, to have the change, whatever. The minute you make it all about your body, you are going to not be able to shed the frequency. But the minute you make it about energy, frequencies, that's all. And the frequency will shift. Okay, everybody. Lots and lots of love. Bye.